video, we are going to be talking about a brand that I've heard just about every YouTuber talk about in a sponsorship. And no, it is not BetterHelp. Today, we are going to be talking about Factor Meals. So if this is your first time hearing about Factor Meals is a meal delivery service where they send pre-made, ready-to-eat, fresh meals in single servings right to your door. The meals come in single serving packets where you can just microwave them and have a full meal ready to go. Outside of meals, they also have different add-ons that you can add on to your box or your subscription. For instance, here are some juice shots that actually came free with my order, but you can add them on for an extra charge. They offer smoothies, breakfast items, other add-ons too, but those items are more a la carte. So Factor's whole objective is to make healthy eating really easy. And their whole business model really seems like that. They literally will mail you meals straight to your door every week. So when I first heard about Factor, I was intrigued. I was like, ooh, okay, this sounds like something that I would really like. Then I looked on their site and realized how expensive it was. So right off the bat, let's start with the biggest elephant in the room, which is the price of these meals. So depending on how many meals you order per week, the price goes up and down, but it can fluctuate anywhere between $11 to $15 per meal. So that is per one of these. In addition to the per meal price, each box also costs $10.99 to ship. Now, I definitely understand shipping these boxes are expensive because they have to keep these items cold. And something else that Factor advertises is that these meals are fresh, never frozen. Now, I personally don't know why that matters that much, whether or not they're frozen or fresh, but we'll get to that later. So I've actually tried Factor a couple of times, and when I initially signed up for Factor, I used a referral code to get money off. That was the only way I would honestly be willing to try Factor because the full price is pretty steep. But I was able to get 50% off of the meals itself. Now, if you want to use Factor and get that same discount, I will leave my referral code. You definitely don't have to use it, but I definitely recommend using a promo code if you can find one because the deal is definitely better the first time. So the process of picking your meals and choosing how many you want was very, very easy. I know Factor has an app, but I didn't download the app. I just went off of their website, and it was extremely easy to log in and check the status of my order and choose from meals. I have to say, when I was ordering, there were a ton of options to choose from. I definitely didn't feel like I didn't have enough options, and I wanted to order quite a few meals because the more meals you order, the cheaper it is per meal. So a big thing that they promote is that their meals are fresh, never frozen. However, I don't know how many meals you would want to eat in a week, but for me, I wanted to order more meals than I would typically eat in a week because the more meals that you order, the cheaper it is per week. So I bought more meals, and then I just froze the ones I didn't think I'd eat in that time frame. If you have any dietary restrictions or have any fitness goals, it is really easy to sort these meals per what you are looking for. So they have a low calorie filter if you want to eat paleo or vegetarian. It's really easy to filter out and see which meals fit under what you're looking for. They also have premium options, and these are the ones that typically were the more protein plus options, but the markup on these items was crazy high. So crazy that I wasn't even willing to try it for a video. Some of these cost $12 additional, and that's on top of the per meal rate. If I was gonna spend over $20 for a lunch size meal, I'd rather just go to a restaurant at that point. I also want to reiterate how pricey it is to add $10.99 for each of your weekly shipments. If you only order like 5 meals, that's $2 additional per meal that's added onto the cost that you have to equate for. So that was another motivation to buy more meals per box because the shipping rate is flat. All right, so let's talk about my experience with Factor. So I actually ordered Factor months ago, and I never got around to actually sharing my thoughts, but they actually sent me a returning promo code, which is why I decided to try again and share my thoughts with you. But the initial time that I ordered Factor, my box actually went to the wrong address. I have to say, the customer service experience that I had with Factor was amazing. Their customer service team was spot on. They fixed the mistake super quick, offered to send me a new box, and then when the old box came to the door, they said that I could keep that too. Now, because it is meals, I didn't feel good about eating it because it had been over that 24-hour window, but they fixed the problem super quick and they just took the loss on the lost box. I also have to say, getting your meals mailed directly to you is so convenient. I signed up for Factor again because I now work from the office half of the week. So being able to grab these meals and bring them into the office is so convenient. So it was really nice having these meals to bring with me. Okay, let's talk about how these meals tasted though, because I know that is a very important factor. Ha, no pun intended. So I tried a variety of different meals. The only ones I didn't try were the ones that had an upcharge. I'm definitely too frugal for that. I would rate all of these meals on a 6 to 8 scale on a scale of 10. Every meal was pretty good and tasted very fresh. I didn't have any issues with anything weird. I didn't get the chicken ick. If you watched my previous video, you know what I was talking about. But there was nothing weird with the meat. Of course, some meals had more flavor than others. Some did come out a little bit dry, but definitely nowhere close to it being unappetizing or just bad that I wouldn't finish it. So I'm actually gonna cook up one of these meals so I can show you exactly what the process looks like. But I mean, it is a pretty standard microwave meal. So it comes like this. Super easy. Every meal is the same in terms of cooking directions. You vent the corners and then you pop it in your microwave for 2 minutes. So some of these meals I did freeze, and obviously I just added time. It was not an issue at all with reheating from frozen though. But if you don't freeze the meals like they intended, 2 minutes exactly gets the meals to a perfect temp. So this is the sweet potato and chickpea curry. I wanted to try this one because it was vegetarian, and this is what it looks like. Okay, here it is. Smells really good. We're gonna go ahead and plate it. Give it a little stir. So hopefully this gives you a better idea of how much food is in each serving. I would say it's pretty standard to any microwave meal you can buy. I would say it's definitely 1 serving. I had no problem finishing each of these meals, but I wouldn't say it was not enough for a full meal either. All right, let's give it a try. I've never tried this one. I would say it is a sufficient microwave meal. Everything tastes really fresh. It has good flavor, but I wouldn't say there has been a single meal that has knocked my socks off. I needed to reorder it. It was one of the best microwave meals I've ever had. I simply did not feel that way. I also do want to point out that looking at all of the ingredients for each meal, I was actually surprised that the ingredients were not organic. So I will say most of these meals consisted of whole ingredients, and everything did feel very fresh. So just like whole foods put together in a meal. There weren't any crazy chemicals or preservatives. But at the price point these meals are at, I am just a little bit surprised that none of the ingredients were organic, pasture raised, anything like that. Because I feel like you could find organic microwave meals at a much better price point. For example, even like Amy's, which can be pretty pricey, they have a variety of microwave options, and I don't think a single one of their meals is over $11. A little bonus with my order though that I did want to shout out is when I resubscribed to Factor, they did offer 2 free juice shots with every order, and it is a lifetime offer as long as you keep your subscription active. Now personally, I would not recommend keeping your subscription active because when you do unsubscribe, they do try to get you back with pretty enticing coupon codes that I think are worth more than 2 juice shots. But that's just my opinion. So I am a big fan of Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has so many pre-made meals, whether they're in the freezer section or even in their ready-to-eat refrigerated section. And I've tried a lot of Trader Joe's meals. Most of those meals, if they're single serving, are under $5. So it's very difficult for me to recommend something like Factor when I have a Trader Joe's near me that has the same variety of options at a much better price point. But I do understand maybe you're in a food desert. Factor may be the most convenient option for you because they do ship it right to your door, and that's a huge plus. I'm at Trader Joe's like all the time, so it's really not even a separate trip for me, but I understand sometimes getting to the grocery store can be very, very difficult. So now that you've heard my experience, I'm going to share my criteria for all of my unsponsored reviews. So let's run through it. So, did I like Factor? Yes, I did. I found the service very nice to use. I enjoyed having these meals ready to go and easy to take to lunch. And if Factor was free, I would love it. Their product is definitely something that I enjoy and would use. All right, would I continue to buy it? So here's the thing, I did continue to buy it. I wouldn't continue to be subscribed, but I think there is a time and place for Factor, especially if they do give you a good coupon code. I would not recommend getting Factor at full price. I would not continue using it at full price, but if the price was right, I would continue to use it. Along those lines, would I buy it again? And only if the price was right, would I buy it again? And of course, all the meals that I bought for this review, I'm happily going to eat and enjoy. Last but not least, would I recommend it? So here's the thing. No, I would not recommend Factor for most people. And here is why. Factor is created in a way that gets you to sign up and then forget you have a subscription. And the upcharge for Factor is so crazy high to me. I feel like they're basically banking on the fact that you're going to forget to unsubscribe. So you can pause week to week, but even pausing or unsubscribing, they do have some tricky steps on their site and they really try to get you to stay. There's like 4 different unnecessary steps to go through. They definitely put you through hoops in order to cancel or pause, and I don't like that. I also think simply that the value that they're offering is not worth the price point in which they charge. On this channel, I will always take costs into account and share with you whether or not I think it's worth your dollar. And for Factor, at full price, it is simply not. Now, I would recommend you to try Factor if you are okay with a couple of things. And those couple of things are, you feel really comfortable and on top of your subscriptions, so you can cancel if you don't want to repurchase at full price. And 2, you are running short on time. Because even at the sale price, it is still cheaper to cook these meals at home or get other pre-made meals at any grocery store. I feel like the ingredients in these Factor meals were not so superior that it justified the price compared to freezer meals you can get anywhere, even Target, which is not even a specific grocery store. They carry Amy's, they carry a lot of different frozen meals, and the price is just so much better. So all in all, I am going to swiftly be unsubscribing after this box. Let me know if you agree. I really would love to hear your thoughts because I am torn because the meals are fine. And I feel bad saying this because so many YouTubers recommend Factor. And I can see why they do, because for them, they probably don't take costs into account quite as much. They just see a product that they can stand behind and endorse it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have other brands that you would like to see me review, please let me know. I would love to add them to the list. Make sure you subscribe before you go if you like videos like this, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!